What's up, guys? Hey, Anthony here at inGear, and we're back out here in Ventura, and we got a lot of comments, and unfortunately this happens. People get their e-bikes stolen, which is a tragedy, and it's a shame that people are so crummy that they're gonna steal other people's stuff. So some of the questions we get is, how should we lock up our e-bike? What are some solid locks that we can use? And there's a lot out there, but today we have SeatyLock, and one of the biggest chain locks that I've ever seen. This thing is insane. It's called the Viking 140. Comes in about $120. Comes with a 2-year warranty, and it has some cool features. It has this neoprene sleeve around it, which basically eliminates it from rattling, scratching up all your stuff. Comes with 3 sets of keys, but this thing is a beefcake. There's an automotive cylinder in here, which is high quality. It's a magnetic lock piece. Once you turn it, it has a dust cover on the inside, so you can't ever get junk in there. Yeah, cool laser cut keys. This thing is insane. So as always, you want to lock up your bike to the thickest part possible to help prevent, or just limit access to cutting thin pieces. So for instance, you want to be able to put your lock inside where there'd be the most meat. And with this chain, this would take a really long time. So this is a massive deterrent. Now, is any lock going to completely prevent someone from stealing your bike and being crummy? Absolutely not. But we want to make it as hard as possible, and I think SeatyLock has done a great job with this Viking 140. So I'm going to show you how this locks up, and you can take a peek. All right, so the chain is massive, so I'm going to just put it through so you guys can get an idea of the length. This thing is and would take a long time for someone to try to get through. So I think this is a massive deterrent, but also a protective measure. Let's say you got to lock this up outside your apartment or something like that. But if you have a bike with this frame size, this is a great chain lock for you. Let's say you have a different e-bike. Right here we have the Han e-bike, which is actually it's a really fun, unique bike. You can see it in some of our other videos. One of the things that SeatyLock does is they make a folding lock. So it's got this little strap, slides out, and you can see this is a really unique design. This is called the Foldy. Comes in at $95, which is a little bit cheaper, but it's gonna fit perfectly for this bike. Super portable, folds up super nice and easy. You can put it in your backpack or you can mount it to the bike. One of the things I liked about this, it has this coating on it, and so that way it doesn't scratch up your bike when it rubs up against the metal, because I was afraid of that. I was like, oh man, is this gonna ding up the bike? Totally didn't. It has this nice protective cover. It also has these stainless steel rivets, so that way it's gonna help prevent from any type of cutting or anything like that. So definitely a solid foldable lock. So inside the lock, it's the same as an automotive cylinder. Easy turnkey, great. So just like the other lock that they make, it has a dust cover inside, magnetic, and check this out. This is gonna go right into this slot. So if you don't have a bike that could have the clearance to have a huge chain come through, so that chain would not fit here. So that's why I like that Foldylock made this. So it's better than the cable lock in some ways. Portable, bolts right onto your seat, and then you can just hook that up like so, just like we did. So we'll just go ahead and put this in here. Obviously, again, you wouldn't lock this up to a bench, but if you had to real quick, obviously that's okay, but let's not make a practice of that. So that's how this lock works. It's pretty cool. So it folds up design, fits nice and compact, comes with some zip ties and some screws. Like I said, this one's $95, this one's $120. Both are really awesome locks. They have a 2-year guarantee. If you go ahead and you register your lock, and let's say you lose your keys, they'll go ahead and cut you some new ones, which I think is a cool feature, because what happens if you lose your keys? I have definitely lost my keys, and it sucks to be able to not get into your stuff. So 2 really quality locks. If you're interested in getting one of these locks, you can check the link below. And stay tuned for some of our next videos. What's up, ladies?
Hello.
Hey, there you go.
Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
you guys see that? That's awesome. What am I doing? You know, they need an electric one of those. Human power. All right, so this is the length of the chain. You can see 140 centimeters. Wait, is this 140 centimeters? Does that look right? Oh man, I was gonna make the worst joke. Okay, let's not do that. Let's It's a shaft drive. Okay, all right. Sorry, get out the gutter. Okay.